All right, welcome everybody to a practice cast. I don't normally put these out on YouTube, but I figured I might as well. Just go through. What I'm going to do is go through the entire ESL One Katowice. Obviously, I did cast some of the games there, so obviously it's going to be going over all ground, but also a lot of the group stage games that didn't get any coverage, certainly from the English point of view. So I'm just going to cast basically everything from Group A, B, C, D, and then through the quarterfinals, semi-finals, and final, of course, which actually is still yet to see. So quite looking forward to getting through all that one. It's a bit of a nugget for me at the end. But anyway, we're going to start things off. And for me, really, it's a journey of basically getting into casting CSGO, practice casting, self-review as well on the way. I'm going to try and do some self-review and see how to improve. Really looking forward to see you guys' comments, etc. as we go. Yes, it's probably going to suck for some of these games as well because there is some pretty outstanding whitewashes. Certainly this game we're going to start off with. And that's also part of the challenge with casting, obviously, to try to keep a game that is clearly one-sided entertaining, or maybe just a slow game or anything like that. But anyway, that's what we're going to go with. So we're going to start things off Group A, and it is, of course, the first game that was of the event, and that was Fnatic versus Vox. So I am looking down this way because I'm having to figure out the production myself as well. This is the first time I've done this myself, so it also means I'm going to have to try and do camera. I'm probably going to leave it undirected as much as possible because it's not that bad, especially off a demo, because it already knows what's happening. If it was live, it's a bit trickier, but it should be okay. Anyway, let's get things underway. This is going to be Vox Eminor versus Fnatic, and it is the start of ESL One Katowice. So here we go. Let's drop that out of the way so we can get straight into the game. I probably will need to change things around with the settings, and bearing in mind I am on a solo cast, which means it is all my voice. I will maybe get some other co-casters in here as I go to improve. First thing I want to do, I want to change that crosshair. I can see that, but I'll do it with the next game because that wants to be a little green one with without the dot. Someone's been playing on here, that's what it is. Anyway, quick roster rundown for you guys. It is Flusher, JW, Crims, Olafmeister, and Pronax, and that is already not on Auto Director, I can tell, and X-Ray, I believe, is not on, so we'll have that on as well. And for Vox Eminor, it is Top Gun, Havoc, AZR, JKS, and Sponge, and already I missed the pistol round, which is probably not a great start, but since I was setting things up, you know what? I am going to actually go back and catch that pistol round because it's a pretty important deal, and more importantly, for God's sake, go back. More importantly, I was doing all the waffle, which we'd ordinarily would get out the way before this game got underway. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Fnatic versus Vox Eminor for ESL One Katowice. Group A, first stage. This was the first match of the tournament that happened off camera. So as we can see, following Vox Eminor as the T side, clearly Fnatic coming into this one as the #1 seed. And honestly, the best team in the world coming into this tournament, as was proven. I'm sure you guys know the results by now. But anyway, I'm going to have a switch around because I'm not 100%. Okay, we'll stick with auto camera. Let's go at it. Top Gun following him through JKS. He's making his way through Abs. You can see the one just pop around the corner. Great headshot straight away. Pronax down in pit, though. Should cover him off. Will manage to catch a glimpse of Sponge as he tries to get a bomb plant on site there. Izadar, you can see just through the X-ray, is covering him off. Top Gun in. Omoto will manage to get Flusher down. And, well, Vox Eminor do pick up the all-important first round on pistols against Fnatic. Let's see if they're going to go straight in. AZR invested immediately into an AK-47. Big investment for the second round. Galil's also coming out from Top Gun, JKS, Havoc, and Sponge. So full investment on Vox. Vox know they have to pick up as many rounds early as possible against this Fnatic team because they are against a team they know very well themselves. They've said, of course, are very good friends. Fnatic, though, look at this. They've got a lot of head armor in here. So this is a pretty heavily invested round from them as well. Pronax going to get himself in the corner, unseen. He's got a 5-7, so could do a lot of damage here. Will pop out a little bit early, though. Gets a glimpse of Sponge. Doesn't manage to get the kill down, though. Immediately Flusher replies. Gets 2 headshots there. Sponge and Top Gun going down. AZR coming around with that AK-47. Heavy investment, but that is the bomb now loose. Havoc was not with the rest of his team. He was trying to cause some distractions, but this stack from Fnatic has worked out so well. The 3-man in there. JW is going to come around behind them in Banana. The bomb now loose just around the cart, so JW may be able to sneak up on him here. JKS and Havoc, you can see in the distance, not pushing too heavy here. JW just waiting to hear them footsteps. He knows the rotate's probably coming. They've managed to rescue the bomb. They've faked it, and now they're going to try and creep back in. Havoc and JKS. We've got Crims on the site. He's just around first box, while Flusher is sitting around CT, suspecting something. Hasn't completely fully rotated. Now they're going to hear the footsteps. Crims manages to get Havoc down. JKS does pop around, but Flusher from CT will get the shot down on him. And that was a great pistol round from Fnatic. That was a heavy investment as well from Vox there. They went with Galils, 4 Galils and an AK, along with all that armor. And the head armor paid off from Fnatic. Pronax with the first distraction, but it was Flusher that did all the damage, certainly in that round. And now we can see P90's umps. Famas, Galil, obviously was rescued, and that AK-47 that we saw AZR picking up, now in the hands of JW. And that could be a problem. We're going to have feint coming up from Vox. Actually, it's not going to be a feint. They're going to rush on through. I want to get across to there. Why are you not showing me it? There we go. JW over in quad. Will manage to get one down, rattling those shots off with that AK. He's got one to the right of him. We'll see him finally through the smoke. It was Havoc that tried to push on through. AZR's going to try and rush out onto balcony. Will manage to get one shot down. Olafmeister was dropped. JW comes back around the side, immediately dispatches of AZR, straight with that headshot. Great grenade from Flusher, bouncing in around the corner off the wall, and we'll clear that one up with the P90 and the defuse. And that will be Fnatic picking up round number 2. Technically round number 3, but their second round of the game. That's the exact words. I need to get my wording correct in this game. That was, of course, some of the points that you guys made out. The feedback that was received, and you know, some of it's good, some of it's bad. Of course, you know, got to take the rough with the smooth. And I got to be honest, I didn't feel 100% confident with my casting throughout the event, which is why I want to do as much casting as possible. I just really, it's how I improve. I just need to cast a shitload of games, which is why I'm going to go through every single game with this one and whatever other tournaments. I don't want to tread on any toes. I don't want to take others tournaments matches without their consent, so I'm going to have to ask consent from other tournaments, so it may take a little while on that one. Top Gun! Wow! Straight away, headshot as I redline the microphone onto JW with that deagle. Straight up mid. Fantastic stuff from him. Rotation coming out. Vox Eminor making their way up mid with that Top Gun, getting that opening on JW. They are going to manage to make their way straight into mid. Smoke's going out, but Flusher's ready and waiting for this one. He's got that P90. A lot of bullets in that gun. Will get tagged down to 1 health, though. But Olafmeister comes around onto Arch, gives him the support he needs. Pronax also picked up a couple straight away on quad. And that attack was stopped dead in its tracks. Didn't even get around the mid there. Great defensive work from Fnatic. So Vox with a lot of work to do here. Coming into this one after a 36-hour flight getting into this matchup. This being their first match of the tournament. And I know for a fact they hadn't played CSGO for 3 days coming into this one. Because of all that travel, they hadn't had a chance. And they'd actually lost the tournament that they were attending in Brisbane before coming here. It was a bit of a devastating loss for them. They were trying to play the European style, as they called it. Instead, it backfired on them. Oh, that incendiary from JW is going to stop this attack dead in its tracks. Boiler. They will run through it, but Flusher's going to manage to get one through the smoke. Pronax comes around, tosses out the flash, tries to take a peek across there with M4 in hand. Does manage to find one. AZR, though, with that AK rattling, will get Pronax down. Pronax got himself sponged in the process. AZR gets a second, tries to peek around. He's now on site, but he's pinned. JKS with him. JW is creeping his way around, gets himself one. JW gets the second. And Fnatic pick up the round. 4-1 now. Starting to get themselves some comfortable CT rounds on the board as we move into round 6. You can see just by the money chose the pick'em predictions at the top there. Wow, 92% to Fnatic. 8% of you back in Vox, which is actually pretty impressive. Honestly, I would have put it stronger than that because coming into this game, Vox even knew themselves. Rank outsiders. They're gone with the Tech 9s though. It's not going to be a quick rush though. You can see the grenades from Olafmeister and Crims over on B side will be enough to slow them down. Sponge going to push through apartments, manages to get a glimpse of one. It's Pronax who drops himself down into pit with that 5-7 in hand. Will try and spin across, didn't managed to pick up. So, which tells me they may be trying to save for the AWP for the next round here, Pronax. I don't know. Did get himself 2 kills in that last match, so he certainly had money in the last round to get something. Top Gun peeking around with JKS and AZR. They're about to pile around the quad site. You can see Sponge is pushing forward in unison with them. Pronax will get tagged up, will get finally taken down, but not before the damage was done. JW and Flusher also part of that. Olafmeister and Crims, they're on the rotate. Flusher is there. We're going to catch a glimpse of him round in Moto. Does manage to get one down. AZR, the last man on site. Crims comes in. He picks up the final kill. And that will be Fnatic getting themselves another round on the board. 5-1 now. Starting to build themselves a heavy head of steam coming into this match. Clearly confident. They, as I mentioned, you know, after talking to Sponge, and we obviously had Sponge on the desk for a lot of the time throughout the process, along with a lot of their teammates. These guys are very friendly with each other. They're Fnatic and Vox. It's just, you know, they were setting up, and Vox's plan coming into this tournament was to get the information off Fnatic, practice with them, figure out what they're up against, so Fnatic could give them as much information to try and help them get through the tournament a little bit more than they would. But instead, getting drawn against them in the first round, it's kind of put paid to those plans. That Molly is going to find its target. He's going to burn out. Top Gun taking down to 44 hit points. Pronax is about to get one just around the corner. Was ready, awaiting, but Sponge gets himself one. Top Gun straight away down Banana. Gets himself two. Brilliant stuff from Top Gun. That's opened up the B site with Olafmeister now rotating around Speedway, trying to get in there as quick as possible. Will hop around and gets there just in time to see the smoke come down. Top Gun is going to rotate through. Rattles a couple of bullets through the smoke. Top Gun going to get a peek across there. 4 members of Vox now against 2 members of Fnatic as Flusher and Olafmeister make their way through. Olafmeister through construction. That grenade is going to land straight at his feet. Will manage to take him down to 79% health, but Spools is covered off. Havoc is in there. JKS kind of double lining up there. That could have been a dangerous play from Vox, but it seems they may well have this site on lockdown. Olafmeister is now down. Flusher all alone. They know he's at truck. Sponge is actually very low on health. He could line up brilliantly here. Easily pick up a double Flusher, but he's getting tagged there heavily. The moment he steps into that corner, Top Gun pushes him, and he gets himself his 3rd of the round. Really well played by Top Gun, pushing down Banana there. 5-2 now. Fox get themselves a 2nd round on the board. Love seeing that view account in that top right-hand corner. It's a feature I absolutely love in CSGO. The transparency that is offered from this game. Just the ability to see it. And obviously it's just as I was tuning up for this one, the fact that all the streams are right there, the top streamers. I saw Tarek was at the top there from COG, so great coverage from Valve, honestly, really supporting their game. Pronax, though, on the defense, getting himself into quad, but it was Banana where the trouble was last time, but now they're pushing out into towards the top here. Pronax smoked off to CT Arch. You can see Sponge and Havoc through that X-ray. AZR is with him, just creeping up there. The flash is going to keep him busy in the corner. Olafmeister and Crims, meanwhile, they've got themselves their wall of smoke in front of them. Oh, Pronax, a couple of shots landed on AZR's back there through that smoke. He's just checking the pillars. He manages to find one. That's the bomb carrier down. The bomb is now loose in that smoke. Sponge is looking to try and rotate back around, needs to try and collect that bomb, does manage to pick it up, but immediately Olafmeister's already there in support. B has rotated. Crims, the last man, just covering off that B site. Pronax comes back around on quad, gets himself one. JKS leaping out of the apartments, does get one, but there's one in pitches to the right, gets himself a 2nd. Olafmeister down, but JW in pit with the AWP will manage to pick himself up the final kill of the round. Now 6-2 to Fnatic. And that AWP, we didn't really get a chance to mention it because it was such a fast attack from Vox, and I feel that's maybe what they're trying. They're maybe trying to keep Fnatic a little offset, maybe try and push the pace, try and get up there quicker. It's something I saw with NIP this weekend at Gfinity, going very, very quickly against Envy, but that's a game I want to get to. I certainly want to try and cover Gfinity matches, but as it is, JW immediately opens up with that AWP. Havoc getting taken down. That molly, followed by grenade, is really going to catch on. Sponge luckily backed out before all the damage was done. And he got tagged ever so slightly. It is just pistols for Vox this time around. Deagle, 2 Tech 9s and a P250. Weapons of choice. Pronax covering the angle here on apartments. On the ledge, Crims, meanwhile, was playing pretty aggressively on that car, with that wall of smoke just in front of him covering off Banana, but Pronax feeling something's coming here. Gonna go for the flash. Didn't work out for him against Sponge last time, and this time didn't quite read the situation as he thought he might, going for that chance flash and peek. Checking himself out, but you can see, certainly by the minimap, the rotate is on from Vox, and they're going to work their way in towards site. Here we go. AZR comes around. They do get one, gets two. Crimson Olafmeister down, but Flusher's already in place. Gets himself one. Tries to come around, catches a glimpse, knows that the bomb is planted on Grill. Should be AZR going down. Flusher gets himself the second. Final man is JKS. He's going to get pinned out here. Flusher's going for the third, and he'll get it. And that will be a defuse for Fnatic. Vox, good rotate from them, but even better rotate from Flusher. He read that situation very well. They managed to get Olafmeister and Crims down, the B defenders, which honestly are a mean duo over on that site. Very hard to penetrate that B site, but they did get in there. Flusher, though, very well read for him. 7-2 now on the board for Fnatic as Vox try to just carve themselves anything in this game. It's seemingly a thankless task, and you know, after speaking to them throughout this tournament, they kept their I think it's safe to say their confidence, I won't so much confidence, but they kept their spirits high, I think it's safe to say, because they knew they were up against an impossible task. They got themselves the qualification offline in Katowice 3 weeks prior to the tournament, which in itself justified their place at the tournament, because it was certainly questioned a number of times when they went to Cologne before. But JW in apartments just goes aggressive straight away. Olafmeister just sat on the ledge there, does manage to pick himself up one, switches out to the AK, gets AZR down, and just like that, Vox is attacking stop dead. Flusher through the smoke on Sponge. I think he just caught a glimpse of him. It's always a little different to see when watching on the spec mode to what the player actually sees. JW, just a monster with that up, gets himself a second, knew he was going to be pushing back down mid there. Almost a flick shot as he peeks out around that apartments. So, 8-2 now, Fnatic. Very confident performance for their opening game. Sometimes it can be tricky for a match that's obviously going into it as the opening favourites in the group stages. So many times we've seen the big favourites falter. But, as it is, they are starting off very well here. That's a smoke covering off CT Arch this time. Very aggressive, straight up mid. This is going to try and be a fast play, I feel, from Vox. But you can see that Fnatic have already got themselves in a position. JW was covering off quad. Pronax with him. Crim's just keeping them away from that B site. Any little pokes they can have there. Top Gun managed to open that one up before, but Pronax sat on the ledge. He's going to get Sponge and JKS coming around this corner any second now. Oh, the timing, the timing. Oh, and look at that. Gets flashed in by his teammates. Pops around the corner. Knew it was coming. Gets himself one. Didn't quite get the second on JKS. Havoc pushing through the smoke. Gets Flusher down. Can he get JKS? Yes, he can. That's two down. He's going to try and go for a quick plant, but the Pronax is still here. They haven't counted for him. He gets himself one. Gets himself a second. Top Gun will manage to count down. Gets himself a second as well. And this is down to a one-on-one situation that really was honestly Vox's to win. They just didn't count on Pronax still being on that ledge, despite the fact he'd flashed out. Got himself a hat-trick of kills. Top Gun gets himself the bomb plant down, but Crims was in a perfect position. Just had to go left or right. Knew where it was going to be, and we'll get the defuse. 9-2. But Vox got themselves a fair chunk of money from that round, but it was a fully invested round after all. It was AKs in hand. They should be able to force buy off this one. Let's see if they go for it, whether they decide to just go for those Tech 9s that were completely unstoppable. But look at that, JW straight away back with the AWP. They built themselves up a hefty bank, but it is going to be a force buy from Vox. All the AKs, all head armor. Not a full assortment of flashes and smokes, which means Top Gun's going to lead the charge here with that flash quickly onto Car, but immediately, look at that smoke. So quick. I think it's Flusher that tosses it across. I'm just going to have a quick look across. No, it's not Flusher. It is actually, it's either Olafmeister, I think it is, that's getting that smoke out so quick. You can see Crims has still got that one there, so very quick to the side. Olafmeister through the smoke, will get himself Top Gun down. Havoc was also picked off by JW. Meanwhile, that must have been down the mid. Actually, not too sure where the AWP was. Flusher, that nade will land on Sponge. AZR alongside him. tagged very low. Just 17 health. Flusher off at the arch. Pronax has been doing a fantastic job here on the ledge. JW pops out the quad once again with that AWP. Gets himself a third now. And now the rest of the team, they're pushing. They're collapsing. Crimson Olafmeister, they're on the chase. It is going to be JKS all on his own. The young lad in the team will get picked off by Crims on the balcony. And now 10-2 to Fnatic. Big dominant lead from them. Apologies there, I just need to quick cough. So, Fnatic now building themselves up a pretty hefty lead. As you would expect against Vox Eminor here, they've become close though, Vox. A couple of rounds where they could have easily maybe turned it. There's a couple of one-on-ones maybe where they've got a feel that they could have done better. And of course that 4v2 they had as well. Flusher though, good flashes. You can see the entire team in the background through that X-ray. The entire Vox were completely flashed up. But this is a fast push straight through Apps. There's going to be 3 people piling out a boiler here. The mid was smoked off to Arch. Flusher's just going to try and get a couple of chance shots. Gets 1, gets 2. Pronax also on the balcony. JW cleans up. And well, Vox, they tried to speed things up. They tried to switch it around. But Flusher, through the smoke, picks himself up a double. And when that's going against you, you've got to feel this is not your game. 11-2 now for Fnatic. Round 14, just one more to go after this in the half. And already it is looking like a very strong performance from Fnatic. 11-2 start. Just a single AWP though. They've not gone with a double AWP strat in this one. They've kept Crimson Olafmeister with those M4s in hand. Oh, AZR walks headlong into that one. This is aggressive stuff. JW had stacked down here on Banana. That grenade is going to find its target. Havoc was just around the corner. He gets flashed out, tries to back away. Should be enough, but they realize that Fnatic are going aggressive. Crims comes up second mid, actually. Manages to find himself one. JKS well aware of the situation, but Olafmeister is quicker to the draw. And now Pronax holding that position while the rest of his team go up mop-up duties, trying to claim down. It's just Havoc that's left. Sponge was taken out in Boiler. And you can see him down second mid. JW, he doesn't miss those shots. And that'll be 12-2. Final round. And really a dominant performance from Fnatic. Perhaps a little overconfidence in that. Maybe they just switched things up. You know, they've realized they've got such a commanding lead that now they could go looking for those kills. But Vox, they were like rabbits in headlights there as Fnatic just went piling out. Going for perhaps the 3-stack again. Pronax is going to be the one that gets the smoke on Car there. Top Gun. Oh, he's mollied. He's mollied. He's straight away burning down there. And again, Crimson and Olaf going very aggressive down Banana. Oh, through the smoke. Crims gets himself a second. That's going to be a third with a grenade. Nicely done from him. JW sees the rifle there. Doesn't get in the shot. Will the second time of asking. I'm pretty sure that was a no-scope there as well. But 13-2. Is the first half score. A dominant performance from Fnatic. Vox, even after winning the pistol as well, which is where they got that first round, they couldn't get the return. And that's really where things started going wrong from there. They managed to just get that 1 second plant over on the B site where they had the 4-on-2. And even that was close. That was still very close, but it's a good performance from them. Hopefully we'll speed things up here. I don't really want to sit around through the filler because, as I mentioned, I am on my own. And as much filler as I can do, you'd much prefer to listen to a pro or a color caster of any variety other than me waffling at this point. So let's speed it on. 30 seconds down. I think overall that was not a bad one, considering it's my first cast since Katowice. Getting straight back into it, it's always a little rough, but it's always very different when you're solo casting as well. You can get a flow going yourself, because you know what you're saying next. Whereas if you've got a co-caster alongside you, it's often very difficult. You don't know where he's going to cut himself off, especially when I've been so used to working with a tried and tested method. Anyway, let's go into the game. It is round 16, the first one of the half. For Fnatic on the T side this time. And of course, there's Olafmeister with that Tech 9 in hand. JKS, oh, he had a sense that somebody was hopping on that cart. Tried to get a couple of shots in there, but it was just left of him. Wasn't quite on point, and that could well have taken Olafmeister down early here, but instead he's going to Keep playing with that smoke, getting a peek over into Spool. Does manage to catch a glimpse of JKS this time around, who you can see just getting a peek of Olafmeister's head popping over. That's what I believe we can see. He has got the one flash, which he was just about to pop over. Sponge holding the boiler angle here, expecting something to come from apartments, but as we can see on the minimap, it is going to be very much a B play. Here we go, Olafmeister now third man in. The rest of the team going in, they've got that armor, they've got those Glocks. Olafmeister's going to be that tank that comes through the back there. Tries to get it towards JKS. Gets himself one tag on him. Knows that he's gone into the corner. You're not going to run away from Olafmeister when he's got that Tech 9 running you down. Havoc tries to push on through into construction. He's going to get taken down by Crims. Olafmeister does go for the reload. Sponge just around the corner. Runs headlong into those bullets. And AZR, he's going to get run down here. And that will be Fnatic picking themselves up the pistol. 14-2. And that was the round that Vox really needed to pick up. Now, you've got to feel it's going to be a very hard task for them. Scout picked up by JW. Mac 10 for Crims, Gilils for Flusher and Pronax. And of course, Olafmeister still with that Tech 9 in hand because it's practically a rifle after all. Just a couple of P250s and 5.7s meanwhile for Vox. And all the head armor, actually. We should point that out. JW, though, with that scout. He's going to get smoked off early. Sponge, you can see popping those shots off into that smoke, hoping for a couple of chance hits. Crims, though, has already found Top Gun around the side there. Tagged him down to half health as he has to back and rotate back onto Spools. JW, well, we know where that shot's going to be going straight away. Flashes behind just in case they are looking to push down mid, which they're not doing just yet. We can see that on the minimap, AZR's being aggressive. Crims tries to get a peek across. He gets tagged pretty heavily. Now it's Flusher's turn. They're taking it in turns to go in here, taking the damage down. But Olafmeister has managed to find Havoc. That's going to open up the A site. AZR going down, and quickly the rotate from Fnatic is already heading straight in towards that A site. Everybody from this team smoked off there. Sponge picked off through the smoke. Olafmeister now with his third of the round on that Tech 9. We did mention that it was practically a rifle for him. JKS, he gets one. That was Olafmeister. That's the Tech 9 wrestled out of his hands. And Willard maybe just pick that one up and go for the save. JKS is all on his own. But look at this. JW, he's collapsing around the side. Crims coming from one side. We've got Pronax coming through library. All three angles completely cut off. And JKS had no way of escaping that Fnatic net that was thrown out towards him. They want to pick up that Tech 9. I'm not sure they managed to get it. 15-2 now the score. Final round for Fnatic. Match point if they can get it. And it is all on Vox to keep themselves in this one. They've gone with the double scout. 2 5.7s and a deagle for Top Gun. Meanwhile, we can see AK-47 starting to come in for JW and Olafmeister. It's aggressive stuff from Vox. That's what they were going for, but they've been flashed out already. They've 3-man stacked over on B site. It doesn't look like it's worked out for them. Pronax holding the angle. They realize that Vox probably will try something fast and loose here, which is why they've delayed their approach on this one. Top Gun with that deagle did manage to land that shot in the first half, straight up mid, which opened things up for Vox, actually. Didn't quite get them the round, but JW is going to come around. Top Gun holding the angle. Will he manage to land the shot? No. That's not going to work out. The smoke will go down. That will delay things on the A site, which means they're all rotating back to this B. Flusher manages to get a glimpse of Sponge. Didn't get a tag on him, though. Sponge managed to back himself away with that scout in hand, but they will now know that there is a scout there. The rotations from Vox, once again, they left Sponge all alone on site there. They were expecting that push. Now Top Gun has rotated. Sponge does land the shot on Flusher. That'll be a rifle down if they can get in and wrestle that one away. They might want to try and pick that up. Sponge is going to go for it. And now Havoc as well gets himself a second. Gets the tag as well down. But AZR comes in. Now Olafmeister all on his own here. He's going to have to get himself an ace to try and pull this one out. The eagle from Top Gun will finish things off. And Vox Eminor get themselves the third round on the board. That was a delicate round, I think, for Vox. Obviously, they were teetering on the edge. They're still sitting on match point, and they're going to have to pick themselves up another 12 rounds to even just take this to a draw. But it was actually nicely played. Fnatic played it slow, and I feel they maybe played into Vox's hands there. Now we're going to see how they approach this one. AK's in hand, Tech 9 for JW. We'll see if this is much quicker, of course. Rifles for Vox. Top Gun going to go for that grenade down banana early on. JKS also going to try and pop something over Nubox, the little, I don't know what we call it, the doorway, I guess, maybe. But we can see it's a 4-man stack here. Top Gun will get Crims down, but he's immediately answered by Pronax. JW all alone in apartments, trying to draw the attention, trying to draw anyone away at A, keep them on site, stop that rotation as long as possible. But you already see that on the minimap, Havoc has made his way around there, joining JKS on site. Sponge in a different situation, different position. Now he's coming around Speedway. He's going to join this B site, expecting the fast push, but it hasn't come. He just got a glimpse of Olafmeister around that corner in Banana. Havoc's going to try and push it. Does catch him out. Flashed up. Nicely done there. Nicely worked from Vox here. Now they're in a 4-on-3 situation, and that bomb, it's on the move. It's going up towards A site, and it is just one man. AZR all on site alone. But look, the rotation's coming from Vox. Sponge and Havoc will be here, but will they be quick enough? No. Flush has managed to get the shot on towards AZR and Pit. Now we see Havoc pushing through the smoke. Gets himself on, but Sponge has already been taken out around the side. This is a slow rotate. JKS is going the long way around. He's going to have to get all the way up mid, and now Havoc needs the support. He's got himself 2 already in this round. Pronax, though, gets him, tags him off there through the truck. Nicely done. Gets a glimpse on JKS. JKS got 2 angles to cover off here. He's got 1 hopping from Pit, 1 from the site, and the bomb is ticking. JKS going to make the move on towards Pit. We'll try and find Flusher. Gets him down, but Pronax, he's just got the time in his favor. JKS has to go for it. There it is. Fnatic finish out the match 16-3. And they also finished off with a 3-on-4. Very well played, very well planted, and very well worked by them. And a fantastic first match for Fnatic. And that's how they started things off in ESL One Katowice. Thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. This is D-Man trying to give you as many practice casts as I can do. I'm going to do many, many more. I'm going to keep them going. Hopefully try and do a daily upload on my YouTube channel. But thanks for watching, guys. Please give the feedback. I'm going to do myself a VOD review on this one and see where I can improve as well. Thanks for watching, guys. See you again.